We're going to record. All right, K1 Community. Jeff Wiggum and Scott Wiggum. I'm waiting for Scott to join. But there's my participants. So what are we going to do today? We are going to talk about a little bit about public events and talk a little bit about structuring our website, and then what is it that we would want to see as far as a community being able to talk and carry on. So this is like a 3 o'clock in the afternoon meeting. Let's see. So while we're waiting on Scott, I can tell you some things that what I was looking at a little earlier today. During the day, we did most of chapter 6 of Mark, and really drifted into a lot of I guess that's about right, huh? Just discussion on it, and all that was real good, of course. So today I was looking through a little bit earlier of not just I looked through the Drudge Report or some other stuff that's out there. And I'll tell you where I found a most interesting thing, and I'll drag it over to my screen while we're waiting on Scott. And it's, it's salacious, for sure. Is this video. Now, this guy is fascinating. If y'all hadn't seen this, I saw it and it's messed up. I mean, one, you got a little bit of Obama acknowledging that he is a Muslim, which is pretty funny. But you have this commercial that's out. And again, I hope Scott joins. Let me see what's shaking with him. Let me give him a call. Let's see if he's ready to hop on. So, hey, bud, you joining? I got it recording. Yeah, I emailed it to you. All right. And this is a Zoom on the fly number 1. So I'll see you in there. So this, let's just start here. I'm going to mute it. This is a commercial coming up right here. Hey, Scotty. Let me see if I can get you to.
All right, you hear me?
I can. I wonder how to make this bigger. Yeah, I got you, and
I can't.
We are. I can get yours. If it's just you, I can get a little bit bigger, but which is cool. That's fine. Now I want to go put both of us up so we can sort of be talking back and forth. Give it a try. So as we're trying this out, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see you.
Did you see this? Did you see this commercial for Match.com?
No.
I don't know. I'm gonna let the audio play. Let's just see if it's not gonna play the whole thing. But I saw this commercial earlier. It was crazy.
Haunts for 2020. They're a match on Match.com, meeting up in Central Park, a bad guy and a bad year.
Hi. 20.
Please. Call me 2020.
Wait brainchild of actor Ryan Reynolds and his production studio.
So where are you from?
Cool.
Me too.
The devil is in the details, from the WTF in the end zone to Satan refusing to enter a church to the smitten couple taking selfies in front of a dumpster fire. The soundtrack, Taylor Swift let her friend Ryan Reynolds debut the re-recorded version of her old song.
Did you see this, Scotty?
After losing her rights.
This commercial, I haven't. That's the first time I've ever seen it.
This is this, you know, it's not really the. This was a
When Satan
a commercial.
2020, naturally, they steal toilet paper.
So it's the girl is the year 2020.
Yeah.
And obviously, and Satan. So I guess it's the year from hell. So since she's
Yeah.
from hell. But it's really it's crazy.
The web ad is getting.
And so you know, I mean, it's hilarious, right? In a lot of
Right.
ways. And then you think, well, this is just hilarious stuff. Oh, let's see if it's on here. I'm trying to find another piece of this later. It says Taylor Swift got the music going. And then we have, I think it was on this I saw about Taylor Swift a little bit. Okay, so right here. So he picks up, which I don't know who these people are. Maybe that's Taylor Swift. I have no idea.
You need to turn your dog down, man. It's blowing my ears out. Guess he was must have been barking into the microphone because it was loud.
Dixie. The gate open. She's down the street. Dixie, get over there. Good night. But well, you have Taylor Swift here, so you have that commercial with Satan in 2020, and it's a joke, right? But then if you look at a lot of this Taylor Swift, and they'll sort of break this out a little bit, you know, this is not a joke, right? This is her music video.
Yeah.
With every piece of symbology in here on the throne, and then you just name it, the sunburst, and the this guy really does a good job of taking it apart. I mean, even these staffs with of the cobras and the two columns and you name it. That yeah, it's, you know, oh well, this doesn't even make sense as art, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks all symbology, you mean? It's just being art?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just art.
I mean, yeah, we talked a little about this in the Bible study earlier about tolerating that woman Jezebel, Revelation 2. But it's super. Even this, they break it out. Et tu, brute, you know, which is a Shakespearean line from, you know, when he nails Brutus for killing, and Caesar. But it's a church, and it's dark, and all these things down here are snakes. But I've muted it. But you know, and he goes through even this notion of I don't like your kingdom keys. How and you know, making sort of a bigger deal out of it. I actually don't have a great view unless I slow it down. So this is about this girl, Taylor Swift. This is her video with and there's anyway, this guy explains it really well. This is this dude shaking my head. Did you watch this one, Scotty?
Is it new? I don't.
Yeah, I saw this one. I think it was today. And this is from around Saturn's Eye, I think. But you'll see everything in these videos this he's basically making the point of this mirrored reflection of the kingdom of heaven, and this
Right.
is so, and there's no end. I can just flip through here. I mean, to this occult secret society stuff. I don't know if I got it playing or my computer's freaking out or what. They go through the symbology about the towel being the tea, and she's drinking this from the snake. She's drinking the etc. The snakes Ouroboros. So why am I saying that? And basically he goes through here, and there's all this, even that to where that looks like sort of the Last Supper, and then this is her in a cage. So on and on, all the effeminate men. And so, only reason I'm bringing this up is all hooked up to these astronaut losers, right? But let's not go there. Is that back here? Yeah, this one's worth watching.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead.
And ultimately, it's just uses a different artist. Same thing, different artist, basically.
Yeah, or it's under the veneer of this funny thing. So we're really talking about Satan, a fallen angel, or a created whatever that went evil, and is sort of an arch enemy, that great dragon, that old serpent. And yet we act, oh, it's just a joke. There's nothing evil behind it. But most people who would be believers or otherwise aren't going to look over here and see Taylor Swift, right? Sitting on some throne as the whore of Babylon, as the Antichrist,
Mm-hmm.
So that was, anyway, I did see that earlier today. And I think that, well, we want to talk about Jesus and not the devil all the time. There's something that almost we have to be a little bit cognizant of, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, more now than ever, we need to be separated from the world because the world is worse than it's ever been. So we need to know about all the stuff in the world. So we need to talk about it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Mark study is really compelling about how much is spoken about our power and authority over unclean spirits. And if this isn't an unclean spirit, and every little thing, whether it's her magic wand or whether it's this kind of perverse sexual slavery, whatever thing she's got there, whether it's this bull sitting over here, it's no matter where you click to, whatever the image is here is bad.
Yep.
It's not even a little bad. It's extra bad. And so all right, so I'd seen that. And when remember we were talking this morning, and a couple folks were saying, man, we got to get off all the demon stuff, all the negative, which I can appreciate that because I was feeling it too. But the challenge is in Mark 6, when, verse 7, he sent them forth 2 by 2. And what's the one thing he notes doing? Gave them power over unclean spirits. So
right, because they're going out into the world, and the world is the spirits, basically.
Yeah, I mean, in preaching. And I think preaching requires overcoming unclean spirits. So, but at the same time, it's the good news of Jesus Christ that he sets us free. And then we're free indeed. But I guess the problem with me is that I don't think that we automatically go from there and we go, oh yeah, well that means I get to, have a good name and have a nice job and live like the neighbors and, have all the best of everything. Like somehow I've merited, favor and stuff because I've lived a better Christian life than others.
Yeah.
Well, what else? You watching any news today? You watching Fox? Did you watch
I don't watch Fox anymore. I do either Newsmax or OAN.
Where do you see OAM? Just online?
Yeah, you can do it. Go to Cloud, KLOWD TV.com.
It is online.
Yeah.
What's it called? KL
KLOWD TV, like Cloud TV.
.TV? Oh, TV. I see it.
TV.
How's the audio and video?
Huh?
Are you seeing it good?
Yeah, I see it all right. Yeah, it's usually like $5 a month, but they've got it free for the.
Oh, I gotcha. So it's not somewhere out there sitting out there free. All right.
No, Newsmax is free now. So.
Yeah, Newsmax. Newsmax is really just it's so much political commentary.
Yeah, that's why you need the combination. Thing I do like about ON, a lot of times, they have all that other stuff, but a lot of times it's like headline news kind of thing. They talk about the different internet.
Oh, they do.
It's really, yeah, and I like that because I don't, like when I'm eating breakfast in the morning, to let it on just to, because they do a variety of different stuff and it's hard news and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think I might put a credit card in here because I'm not going to do that. Probably, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm so tired of signing up for stuff.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
it might cost other people something, but
did it ask you for one? When you?
No, I didn't want to give him my email. I did the email thing with Jeffrey or somebody put me in for the Republican stuff this year, signed up for the Trump something or other, signed me up. And the next thing I know, I get so many emails. It's really
That's
hard.
why you need to open up a junk email account so all this stuff can go to.
Yeah, you're right. I should just use one of the ones I have. Good Lord, I have enough of them. So anything in the news that hopped out at you today? Here's Drudge.
Yeah, haven't watched too much today. Still fighting Georgia. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I watched that video of some girl and like 30 people had watched her. So not many, but she was dogging that Warnock from the simplest of Christian perspective, And so I played her video the other day on the channel.
Yeah, Warnock, he's a liberation theology guy, I think.
Yeah, that's the funny. I mean, it's that MLK church, Ebenezer. Yeah, liberation theology, it boils down everything in the Bible is somehow about liberating people. That's what it's about, the whole thing.
Yeah, but
that's not
specifically blacks.
Yeah, well, that's where they use it. Unfortunately, they use that in the black culture, right? I mean, they make slavery a big issue and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it puts everybody in slavery to identity politics. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just manipulating and controlling. But the liberation theology, well, that'd be the theology of Satan.
Yeah.
I mean, that he's Prometheus,
Marx,
right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, it's a Marxist,
right?
Too, so it's all
yeah, they're all the same thing. I mean, I would have told you years ago that, yeah, anything, you only got two choices, Jesus and, Satan. But I see now that it's really more true than I could have ever imagined, how that everything's being turned, Catholicism, liberation theology, everything. It's not just turned as a slight alternative, it's really reversed,
Hmm.
you know.
And it came out of, it started out, I think, Catholic liberation theology, or it's nominally
did it?
Catholic. I think so. It has a connection to Catholicism, I think.
Well, I noticed that one of the seminaries in Atlanta, I mean, had to take a course at seminary on liberation theology, but I noticed there was another seminary, a black seminary in Atlanta, and that's all they taught. And I met somebody later at a different seminary, actually, who had to leave. I mean, you're a regular, nice black guy. He's like, look, they weren't even preaching the Bible. It was all liberation theology, and he had to leave. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see, I looked through here real quick earlier.
Yeah, I don't even look at Hurley Drudge at all.
I don't. Do you think Drudge has changed a lot over the?
Oh, yeah, nobody. Yeah. They got bought out by some company associated with Google.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, they've gone very far left and yeah.
So what's the conservative news source anymore,
Well,
other than those video ones?
yeah. Well, I mean, both Newsmax and One American News have websites.
What's that other one that you see were advertising on Fox as far as some kind of new newspaper or something?
News.
Not the Republic or something. One American News.
And Bongino Report has some stuff.
He's one of those guys from Fox, huh?
Yeah, it's from Fox, yeah. But
yeah, there's so much going on the political stuff that it's just all political news, which I think is fascinating. Not the individual news, but the fact that all of our news is political.
yeah, of course, it's been that way for a while, but it seems like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you still see the big, it's Trump, Soros, Pelosi, Giuliani. I mean, they're still making the news everywhere.
Yeah.
I did see that China's advancing their driverless cars. They're putting like 40 out in one town with no backup driver.
Huh.
Supposedly that's like a first.
Okay, well, they got people to spare, I guess.
I guess so. Whether they get run over or whether they're in the car, it crashes. Yeah. Have you been following any of the crypto stuff? I see that.
No, not closely. I just, whenever I hear about it.
Yeah, I don't follow it either. I heard some people talking about it the other day. Can you read any of the text on your computer screen? Like the actual headlines?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah.
Well, totally disconnected from things like Olympics, even sports.
Oh yeah, Olympics. I forget about the Olympics since this is a headline.
The Olympus. Yeah, I mean, you look on here and you think you'd hear something, because it seems like the world is being, we're being blistered by this plague or supposed plague, but there's a lot of other stuff going on in the in the world.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's just, sort of have to look for the other news, I guess. And that's like I said, a lot of times on One American News, they go over basic other stuff other than politics. So
right.
that's about the closest we have to anything.
Now I flip through times where we talk about, earlier today I flipped through like, which I don't normally do this, but trending
Mhm.
and see what's going on. But it's amazing what's going on. Like these gamer videos, which I have no understanding. And then these music videos, of course,
Mhm.
sports. But I don't really feel called to do to track the news events.
Yeah.
But you're more politically oriented than I am, so
Yeah. Well,
are you getting burnout on politics?
yeah. I mean, I'm still paying a lot of attention to the election, but I try to forget about it, and then it comes back to my mind again.
What do you think about it? Do you think that
Well, I don't know, there's bad and there's worse. And it's looking a lot further and further towards the worst. I don't know.
which is what you think Biden being elected is the worst? That's what you're referring to?
Yeah, because there won't be any impediment to, no pushback from their side. Like with us conservatives, we push back against
It's scary to me,
establishment to an extent, or try to anyway.
right? But it's scary to me the things that uh Trump pushed for, like, I mean, a lot of things, like not just the currency stuff, but even the martial law stuff. I mean, we're over here, yes, send in the troops down Main Street. I mean, talk about something that can cut both ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's most likely as Christians are persecuted more.
Yeah.
It just seems more likely that that's going to be a bigger problem. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but he's not taking their bait so far about really sending the people in or military into the cities or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he
They've been pushing her. Yeah, they've been
But-
pushing it towards it, but
Well, no, I'm more thinking about the will of the people. All of us, all of the conservatives are like, yes, send them in. Like we're calling for it. So what happens? I mean, so we're for using our military on civil unrest. You know what I mean? It's like a door that's
well,
open. It's like, yeah, we want to spy on the
I
terrorists.
mean, all right, the National Guard's always done that.
Well, the National Guard has, but I mean, I don't know if that's
But-
exactly what Trump.
By nationalizing the National Guard, I guess it'd be the
Yeah,
same thing as
military.
yeah. I don't know. As
And
bad
look-
as it looks, it hasn't gotten as bad as.
But if he's
At some
cleared
point,
the
something
path-
has to be done, or nothing's good. I mean, we're in a conundrum. What?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying the world system gives anybody an easy out, but let's say that they're just marching public opinion or marching participation, and now the conservatives are calling for effectively the military to hit the streets. For whatever ruse or reason they caused it, they made that happen. But I'm just saying, it
Well-
just seems like the conservatives have ended up, maybe for
Right.
good reasons, supporting things that would not normally be conservative.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, what's the space? You know, is protectionism, all other stuff. That's Democratic stuff. We've taken over their platform.
Right.
You know, being the party of the working people and everything else.
Yeah, no, hadn't
So it's conservative. So it's really not the conservative party anymore. I guess conservative is relative.
Well, that's a good
It's
point.
more like the central, the central party now. Central.
It's like a morphing.
Yep. Yeah, they've taken away all the establishment Democrats' issues, right? They've taken that. He's taken all that away and pushed them towards the socialists, right? So
Yeah.
the Democrat Party has nowhere to go except left, right? Because he's taken all the things they usually were more, a little more centered on, like.
Right.
So I mean, he's lost a lot of the black vote. He's lost Hispanic vote.
You're talking
There's
about
a lot
the Democrats. The
the
liberals
Democrats have lost.
that vote.
Yeah, the Democrat Party, Democrat establishment has lost all their base. I mean, is losing a lot of their base. They're losing the blacks, which has been historically is what's kept them alive. Is the black vote, right?
Right.
That's why
Right.
they had. That's another reason I think they hadn't really had to cheat as bad as they are now, because they couldn't. They want to do anything to reflect from that, to deflect from the fact that blacks and Hispanics are leaving the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Did you see this on the screen? Could you see this rocket landing? It's like we have a perfectly clear picture from, orbiting the Earth,
Yeah.
but yet sitting out on the ocean, these guys have a pixelated, even though there's water on the screen, but look at that.
Yeah.
The miracle of this rocket landing supposedly is 100% pixelated.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, we have the perfect image. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crisp detail. Travel thousands of miles an hour.
Yeah. Kubrick was a genius.
He was. Dude, he was a genius, man. Dude, I just pulled, not that this would, I don't want to show it, did he? But I'm going to show it next week just to mess with my little Bible study group. But this whole thing where, the speed of the Earth's orbit is 66.6 miles per hour.
Yeah.
The curvature in 1 mile squared is 0.666 feet. The axis of tilt of the Earth is 66.6.
Yeah.
Above the Arctic Circle is latitude 66.6. Right. And below the Arctic Circle, latitude 666 south, right?
It's human number.
The longest girl just stayed in space. She stayed 666 days. You get the devil horns, this devil symbol, which you see Anton LaVey throwing.
Yeah.
All these astronauts are always throwing it.
Huh, I never noticed that before.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy. And not just that, but all these astrophysicists, like what's that black dude that's real famous?
DeGrasse Tyson.
DeGrasse Tyson. He's always talking with his fingers like this. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we're definitely. Yep, God's coming sooner rather than later. I hope.
Yeah, we hope.
Yeah. It's just, we're definitely the Goyim.
The Goyim?
Goyim, yeah, whatever it is.
I mean the golem?
Yeah.
Like the thing made of clay? Or the animals, the Goyim? Yeah, just the nobody.
Yeah, right. Both of it, I guess.
Supposedly this golem was this, a sort of an inanimate clay supernatural being that the Jewish sorcerers could conjure up. So, but but yeah, the politics stuff, it's
And it's just keep us fighting among ourselves, whether keep us preoccupied with each other. And I mean, there's our world and there's another world on Earth. The elites and whatever.
right.
And it's sort of hard to pin it. Heather was pressing me on who they were, the elite or whatever. Trying to distill it and give an answer. That's
yeah. Yeah.
Us and them, but
yeah, I feel like I have clarity of it right now, but I would think that, well, I know you do, but I mean, articulating it's always a different matter.
Yeah.
So
making it even difficulter, but
yeah, since you say it, it makes me think that, well, maybe right now I feel a little clearer than I normally feel about it. It seems to me that they're children of the devil and they've been around a long time. Because the Bible tells us there are. And we have these hybrids we have a menagerie of beings that live here, just regular animals and beasts of a billion varieties and humans.
Yeah.
But then we have these supernatural beasts and angels, but also beast kinds of things. And then there's a hybrid between the two and things that are corruptions that those guys have messed around with. But so you have this whole cadre of some ungodly things, spiritual and in the flesh. And when I think of of who these secret societies are, I think of these as more like an ancient religion, and an ancient bloodline, ancient families.
Yeah.
That have from way back from the beginning have been collecting knowledge and passing this knowledge from generation to generation. I'm sure there's some of those that maybe have lived tremendously long periods of time.
Yeah.
But they keep passing on knowledge and power, wealth, over the generations. And so, and I think they come up with different names and divisions as people have as the population of the earth has increased.
Yeah. Different denominations. Kind of.
Yeah, I would think we know that Revelations talks about 10 kings, So we know there's some number. A lot of people talk about 7 root races. Other people talk about 13 families. But there's some people that probably started pretty close to a small group and that have kept the secret knowledge, this occult hidden knowledge. Because even in the Old Testament, not that long ago, but 700 years before Jesus, I think it was Ezekiel, he went in and he saw people meeting in the basement of the temple and they were doing profane and worshiping profane things. So somewhere there was all this knowledge and power that people have been curating and using and growing over and influencing the world. But I think while they don't have aligned issues, all of them are aligned. Some of them, I guess, are aligned, period. So that's, to me, and then that's where you go, okay, well, then they came up with, we know little hints of little organizations, like obviously the Freemasons and all the derivatives, or the Rosicrucians, right? And that's sort of the way I think about it.
Yeah.
And then families, specific families, And the secret societies are just the way that they associate and organize.
Yeah. Yeah,
like that girl right there, isn't that the Taylor Swift girl?
Yeah, looks like her. Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, everything we do, we live in a world that's so different from God.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's. I think the key is how do we say holy? How do we say separate from it? I don't think we take vows. I think we try to limit our participation. But how do you limit your participation in Christmas? This clearly is a super occult thing, right?
Hmm.
Isn't it? Don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I was watching Doug Hamp's his worship service.
Oh yeah.
He had a Christmas tree up and everything. Thought it was odd.
Yeah. And I get it. I think some people try to blow right through it. Who is this? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea. No.
Some kind of actor, but
Justin Bieber? I don't know. Or is that a
I don't know. I don't think, is it a girl? Is it a guy? I mean, what a strange world we live in. I don't even know what all these tattoos are. I'm staring right at them.
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, even the sleigh and the horses, and it's all occult.
Yeah, symbology.
Yeah. Or just basis, but it's hard to figure out what's not anymore. How would you not?
Yeah, it's been
Thinking
so
that's the dude.
intermixed.
Got a little fur in his face.
Hmm.
I can't stop it on time. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to keep just waiting for Christmas to get over. I mean, on the other hand, I want to try to enjoy it. It would be cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Quinn figuring it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
So, well, I don't see a lot of amazing stuff. My internet's for a dragon here. Love match Tokyo to help fund Japanese AI Cupid. Upgrades report. And look at this. They want to stem the country's tumbling birth rate. And they're going to get AI to do it. It was down 6% in 2019. Dude, that's game over.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, we talked. That's I'm not sure it was salacious, but at least we're on the board for doing one.
Yep.
And all right, bud. Well, I appreciate it, and I'm gonna, if I can, go ahead and figure out how to end the meeting. I guess I can stop the share, and that's usually when it gives me the.
Yeah, I mean, I have an option to leave the meeting, so.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right,
Well,
man.
all right, bud. Love you, and I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Man. All right, man.
All right,
Bye.
bud.